have you ever had a chance to examine any materials that are purported to be from these UAP crash retrieval programs?
I have examined some materials, very famous for people who follow this area, is bismuth magnesium samples. Uh, the downside is that it's a very incomplete chain of custody, but basically someone claimed that their grandfather had gotten this material, which was a piece of bismuth and magnesium bonded together in a series of layers that were, the size of human hairs. I mean, really terrifically detailed. And so that was sent to Art Bell on a TV show, and then he provided it to researcher Linda Howe. And when we set up an organization to the Stars Academy of Arts and Sciences, we were able to obtain that. So we got that piece of material. Certainly is exotic to look at under microscope or whatever. We ended up doing a CRADA, what's called the CRADA, with an Army laboratory for them to examine it in great detail. It turned out that to examine it under the best of circumstances, it had to go to an even better lab, so they turned it over to ARROW, the Alden Name Anomalies Research Organization, who then turned it over to ORNL, which is one of our nuclear laboratories that is so well outfitted. And so they did a lot of analysis, and we were supposed to get the results of that analysis, but we were told we couldn't see them because it was highly classified. So anyway, we complained about that because that was not part of the agreement. And as it turns out, it was highly classified, not particularly because of what they found, but because of it revealing what instrumentation the laboratory had used to evaluate it. And so, but nonetheless, two of us from the program, Dr. Eric Davis and myself, we were flown to the Pentagon, and we got to read the original reports and so on. And so it was really an astonishing report. There was no proof of isotopes that would be from an extraterrestrial location. So the idea that maybe we could prove it was ET because of isotope formation, that didn't pan out. But nonetheless, they had to agree that the putting together of these kinds of materials that you can never get to bond together hardly at microscopic levels was really quite unusual. In fact, separately, we had an aerospace corporation spend $1 million and mess up their equipment trying to bond these things together. So in the end, it's a mixed outcome. No proof that this came from an ET crash. It was supposed to be Roswell. But on the other hand, nothing that proved that it couldn't possibly be the case. So anyway, we're about to publish a long paper on the details we got.